Hey guys, what's going on? It is Dan Lags, and welcome back to episode number 20 of Constructing Los Dangeles Season 2. And guys, today is going to be the first recap of the second season since we converted construction to the PC. So I'm basically going to be doing a recap, probably not going to be that long of a video, going over everything that we've done from episode 1 all the way through episode 19. And this is going to be a recurring theme. We're going to be doing this every 20 episodes. This just so happens to be the first one. A couple of quick announcements before we get started with the tour. No question of the day for this video, but that will return next time. We're just going to focus on the tour today. Also, I have a download for the PC version of CLD with the expanded stuff just for PC. I'm going to be putting those up every recap episode since it's really easy for me to do that. I also have the download for the City Texture Pack Advanced, the updated version. So if you want to play on that, I'd highly recommend downloading it since it's got a bunch of new blocks and a bunch of more cool features to it. So just a couple of quick updates, get them out of the way. Let's go ahead and get started with the tour. I just noticed that the old radio tower behind 95.3 WLD has been changed just a little bit because of City Advanced. I might have to switch out the fences for that. That is actually hilarious though. Oh my gosh. It looks like a mini Sears tower almost. That's so funny. So we kicked off Season 2 of CLD just with a little expansion. I think on the first episode I expanded these roads out, and I actually took them out a pretty decent length. In fact, this is pretty much all I've done, just continuing the highway. But my long-term goal for this is to continue this out over the ocean until we get to another biome and put Danville out here somewhere as kind of an expansion to Los Angeles within the world of San Andreas, or Dan Andreas is what we're calling it. So this is what we started off with here on the first episode, getting some highways put in, and this is a piece of cake with World Edit, so that was a nice thing to start off with. That was episode 1, and then we started to move over back towards the downtown area of the city. So right after episode 1, when we finished just, it was kind of a pilot episode for the new series since it was a big change at the time, I decided to come back over here just near Beacon Industries and build some sort of port, and that's pretty much all I did. I did one episode of it and decided that I didn't really like this very much, so I pretty much halted construction right there. So everything you see right here, this crane thing and also these crates over here, is pretty much just null. It's going to be most likely destroyed at some point, but it is part of the recap. It's part of the history of the world, so we have to show it. Alright everybody, so after I started off with some road expansion and worked on that pier, I just wanted to make a change, and I decided to just, I'm just going to jump to the other side of the map and work on something completely different. Build some houses, get back to what I really enjoy in Minecraft, which is obviously building houses. So this is what I decided to just get started on. I decided to expand some of the neighborhoods on the western portion of the map, past some of the modern houses. We took the roads across the river, and I built quite a few houses here. This is the first one that I made. They're all kind of like these beach house style, so you're going to see them kind of elevated off the ground. So here's the first one. The second one I built is right across the street. This is the gray one. This is actually my personal favorite of all of them that I've done so far. Keep in mind, none of them have interiors yet, but I think I'm going to start doing some interiors soon since I haven't really been doing that too much here in the first 20 episodes. You'll probably notice that throughout the recap. Next one we built was right here. This one's also very interesting. I'm a fan of the way I did the side of the house with the curved roof there. I think if you look at that from a distance, it looks pretty realistic, I think. So pretty happy about that. That's a nice looking brick house. And then the fourth house that's been built so far is over here. This right here is just a duplicate of the first one, just as a placeholder. But this is the fourth unique house here, which is a green one. This is probably my least favorite of all of them, but nevertheless still a nice looking house for sure. And then along with all the houses and this newfound village landscape here, this little town, and little neighborhood, I guess, we also have a beachfront area. So like these are beachfront property. These are going to go for quite a bit of money here in Los Angeles currency. But we have some curved parking spots, which are always something you'll find at beaches. We have a little boardwalk here. Probably going to add some ice cream stands and things like that on here at some point. Not done with the beach, obviously. It hasn't been completely finished. I decided to take a break from it. I'll be getting back to it soon for sure. And then, of course, over here is the beach itself. Pretty nice. You'll see pretty similar themes to the beach on the eastern side of the map. So it's a little bit smaller than that one, but nevertheless pretty cool. The one unique part about it is it has canals that run through behind the houses, so it's kind of like a little lagoon that runs through. And then over here, if you go to the south area of this, you're going to have a road here which connects ultimately down to the strip mall, which it's actually quite a hike, I should say. We've expanded this road quite a bit. So here is Bone Meals and Awesome Ocelot's Flower Pot, this whole strip mall down near the stadium area. So my plan ultimately with this area is to continue the canals, finish that up, detail them, finish the beach, add a couple more houses. I think we need 2 more houses in this area. And then I'm going to build some sort of massive bridge that's going to connect this biome with the one off in the distance, which is kind of this one. I'm probably going to terraform that world edit a little bit. There's another biome that's out here, a decent amount, that I'm going to ultimately connect a bridge to. So it's going to be quite a large bridge. I think it's like right here. We're almost there. And yeah, it's like right over here somewhere. So gonna make a really large bridge. It might not actually be that large. I might make it smaller and do some biome terraforming or something. We're not really limited at all on PC with what we can do, but there's a lot of ocean on this world, which has been a little bit of an obstacle. But that's fine. You know, there's nothing wrong with a little water on a Minecraft seed. It does look really nice in these shaders, that's for sure. But that is pretty much the beach area. So this is what I've been working on the western portion of the map. So now that we have all this shown off, we're actually going to be flying back towards the city now. So after spending quite a bit of time at the beach area, adding houses, actually building the beach, I decided to take a break from it before completely finishing it, since it was like quite a few episodes in a row, so I want to mix things up. And I came over to the northeast area of the map and continued expansion, so I created a new intersection. This was an intersection that was built on the original version of the world, but it was basically just cut off due to the edge of the map. So because the map's expanded, I extended the road out a little bit, and I added a new strip mall, which is going to be built. The exterior is done on it. It hasn't had any buildings get put into it yet, or I should say businesses. But this is what it looks like. It's pretty similar to the other one in terms of its design. It's just got a little bit of other features to it. So it's going to be 3 separate businesses. Nice solid looking building. It's utilizing the purple blocks, which are these nice black slabs, which is a very awesome feature of the City Texture Pack Advanced, which is just another reason to get your hands on it in the description below. And this is also just a police car here with the purple blocks as well. So we got a black police car looking nice and sleek. But this is just the beginning of the expansion of the northeast area. Obviously, this road is going to continue that direction, and I'm going to continue to add more things. I'm also going to expand it this way into the hills a little bit. Not 100% sure how I'm going to do that just yet, but it's going to happen for sure. So that's the northeast area. We got much more to cover. You may have had a little sneak peek of this while we were flying around the strip mall, but this is what I went to right after I stopped working on the northeast, and I built myself a Tiki Bar, expanded the pier. I believe the pier went to about right here without trying to sound like Dr. Seuss, and I expanded it out about 100 blocks into the ocean. This is all expanded territory past the limits of the beach, and the water looks absolutely beautiful in this shaders mod that I'm using here. And I decided to build a Tiki Bar at the end of the pier, and this is probably my favorite thing that I've done so far on Season 2. I just love the theme of this. With the hay, umbrellas, the color choice that I use is very oceanic. I even have the little totem pole out front, some fire to set the mood. It's a nice little just tiki bar for people if they want to hang out on a weekend or something in Los Angeles. This is like the nightlife spot on the world. So very cool. I really like the way this turned out. I don't think we've named this yet. It's just called the Tiki Bar, but we definitely got to get around to making a name for it. But regardless, very cool build. This is something that I like a lot. I just have to finish the interior on it, which shouldn't take too long at all. But let's go ahead and move on to the last thing that I've worked on through the first 20 episodes of Season 2. All right, everybody. And finally, last but not least, certainly not least, the final thing we worked on throughout the first 20 episodes of CLD Season 2 is the Liberty Tower. It's kind of a variant of the Freedom Tower in Manhattan. Not quite as tall, not quite as it's not quite as proportionally accurate, but it's loosely based off of it. And we've just gotten started with this build, so you can see we have several floors put in already, and we got the elevator going up. But this is a massive build. It is the tallest skyscraper on Los Angeles currently. It's taller than the Eclipse Towers, which is kind of hard to believe since those things are massive. But this building really just starts to make some of these other buildings, which are fairly tall, look very tiny. I mean, you look at this right here. This is the Grandiose Apartments. This is, I believe, the 4th tallest building in LD. and you stand on top of this thing and look at the Liberty Tower, and you're only like probably a fourth of the way up, or not a fourth of the way up, like 3/4 of the way up, 2/3 of the way up, maybe not even that much, maybe halfway up. This building is absolutely massive. We've just gotten started on it. I think we've worked on it for like 2 or maybe 3 episodes. I think it's only been 2. And I'm just going to continue working on this thing as we head into the 20s in episode count. And I like building the skyscraper. Normally, I'm not a huge fan of skyscrapers. I've never really super enjoyed building them. But in this case, this has been a lot of fun. I think it's just because of the design and the size of it, as well as the block choice. I've never really built a skyscraper out of glass before, so it's been a nice change of pace. And there's still quite a few more details that I want to add to it to make it just that much better. But this is the end of the first recap of CLD Season 2, guys. This is all we've built so far. We've made some pretty good progress through 20 episodes, and I just want to keep that going. I know it took us a long time to get through 20. I think we started in like September. It's already January, so we got to pick up the pace a little bit in terms of episodes. But we have definitely made some great progress in that time. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you download the City Texture Pack Advanced if you're interested. And you can also grab a download for the most current CLD in the description as well, only for PC, keep in mind. And I will continue to make progress here on episode 21 in a couple of days, get back to building, get back to question of the day. But it was a very successful recap episode. So thank you guys for watching. It has been Dangeles. Hopefully you did enjoy it, and I'll talk to you guys on the next one. Peace out.